Hello, how's it going, everyone? Wish just had its first quarter earning today, and today I'm gonna talk about Wish earning and also talk about the overall market right now. And if this is your first time on my channel, please give me a like and subscribe, and make sure to turn on your notification. Let's take a look at the technical analysis on Wish right now. So as you guys can see, the previous support level was at $1.60. So when Wish is trading at $1.60, it's pretty much trading at the enterprise level, right? So it's pretty much trading at the cash on hand, right? Because right now in Q1, Wish have $1 billion on hand. So as today, Wish trading at $1.70, which is $1.1 billion. So we're in the market right now that all the stock that is not profitable got punished really hard, right? Especially when you see Wish is trading at the cash on hand right now, okay? So the market did not value anything for the actual platform itself. Wish have zero debt, okay? Zero debt and $1 billion on hand. So Wish just released earnings after hour today, right? So tomorrow is gonna be a exciting day. So after I listened to the earnings call, so how do I feel? I feel this quarter it's actually give me a more clear pictures of like what the management is trying to do, and they are actually implementing, and they are actually doing the right thing in the right direction, right? So last quarter was still in a position that they are changing managements, and they were trying to put the right people on the right positions. So they had the CFO, replaced, and they had the CEO replaced, and they had all those C-level officers replaced last quarter, right? During the earnings call, they are actually, give a lot more information, what direction they are heading, what the game plan is. And let's take a look at the investor presentations. That would give us long-term investors have more confidence that is holding on Wish for a longer term. So the first thing, let's see what the CEO had to say, right? The CEO saying that they are seeing progress in their turnaround just a few months short, right? So, and they also, like, he pointed out that a doubling of their NPS is, so NPS is something that they measure the loyalty of customers, like return customers, right? And lower post shipping refunds. So he is saying that this is really encouraging signs. So it's improving, and give them confidence to believe that the consumers will return to Wish. So this is something that we want to hear about. This is very positive, okay? Another thing that he's mentioning that they're gonna ramp up advertising spendings in June instead of August. So they're planning a exciting new, for the next coming months, right? They also including to launch a women's fashion category as well as rebranding Wish. So this couple things that the CFO is talking about during the earnings call is really valuable. That tells you this turnaround strategies are moving to the right direction. Okay, let's look at the financial highlights. Okay, so the Q1 revenue is $189 million, and the net loss is $60 million, and the adjusted EBITDA is negative $40 million, and they still have $1 billion on hand, okay, cash on hand, and negative 148 free cash flow. Those numbers are expected. It's not it's not way too off, and it's in the expectations. So the financial numbers, as everyone's expecting, it's gonna be a net loss. Yeah, it's gonna be a negative free cash flow, but they are having the plan together to improve it, right? So this three thing that the CEO was mentioned about during the earnings call is, is improving consumers' experience. So this is how they're gonna keep their customers keep coming back, right? To retain their loyal customers, right? So, and also they try to build a relationship with the merchants, and they want to have good merchants, and they want good quality merchants to provide good products, right? And the third thing is they try to achieve operational effectiveness. So they try to cut costs over there. Anything that is not necessary, cut it, right? Saving costs, okay? So those three things that they're mainly focused on right now. And on the improving consumer experience, there's a couple of things that they try to do that, right? So they had a new homepage, which is looking a lot better than before, right? And the Wish clip is also another good addition to improving, consumers' experience, and consumers actually watch the videos of what kind of product is selling, that also can help to increase sales rate. And another thing is improving NPS, right? Like NPS is the way that to measure the return customers, right? The return customers rate. And NPS, look at the chart over here. It's double on the NPS since Q4 2021. So this is the leading indicator of consumer certifications in the industry. So how to build merchant relationships? So the first thing they do is the new pricing strategies and also the risk standards, compliance, and partnership, right? So the new merchant has a few options, compliance and and standards and questionnaires before which we'll accept them as a new merchant, right? So the operational efficiencies right here, and we directed 90% of shipping and safety and well-being of Shanghai employee. The CEO was mentioning that Shanghai was locked. The employee were able to relocate a warehouse or shipments before the lockdown, and they're operating efficiently, so they continually working on the operation, efficiencies. The monthly active users of 27 million, okay, compared to Q1 2021, 101 million. That's mainly due to they stopped the advertising spending, right? So during the earnings call that they mentioned that so they will start advertising expense in June, right? They are planning 2 months ahead. So that means to me that they are ahead of the schedule, right? So they are seeing what they're doing are improving, so they want to move. So they're starting to like ramp up their marketings and to start increasing sales, right? And their gross profit is still 64 million. The gross margin is still 34%. Operating expense is 126 million compared to last year of Q1 was 563 million. They cut down a lot of operating expense. The net loss is 60 million, and so their free cash flow Q1 2021 was negative 354 million, and this year their Q1 2022 is 148 million. The free cash flow number, this is the number that I care about, right? So because you have $1 billion to burn, from now on. So each quarter you're burning about 148 to 150 million dollars. They make a right decision, stopping the cash burn as quick as possible. So their guidance on Q2 2022, the expected adjusted EBITDA is negative 90 million to 100 million. During the earnings call, the CFO was mentioning about that they're going to start pushing the advertising, push the sales, and try to ramp up the revenue, right? So try to back in track. So they're going to spend a little bit more money on the advertising. Relaunching fashion categories and rebranding Wish. This two things is really get me excited about Wish also. The fashion category be taking a lot of customers from another e-commerce. Wish just had a very bad reputation, right, in the past. In order for Wish to become a new Wish, they need to rebrand it, right? They need to rebrand Wish as a new image, right? So at the end, in conclusions, Q1 2022 for Wish, and I'm much more confident this quarter compared to last quarter. We are heading to the right directions. I think Q2 is going to be a lot better. Like I say on my previous videos, Q3 is going to be a key, it's going to be a turnaround quarter. That's going to be a normal quarter for them to already have all the turnaround strategies in place and back to normal and increase their revenues, and we should be in the better positions in Q3. And I hope this video is helpful. Please give me a like and subscribe, and make sure to turn on your notifications for the next video. Thank you.